Hello, everyone. It's Linda from Linda Z's. I'm glad to see you here tonight. I've got my wonderful daughter, Debbie, that is helping me today.
Hello.
And we are going to start out with what we have said in the program. First of all, before I get into anything, I want to tell you that thank you again for all the masks. They've been wonderful. And those masks are really needed right now. I don't know if you've been reading everything. I'm sure you have. One of the stories I want to tell you real quickly. Some of you know Norma Jean, who is one of our free motion experts. She teaches for us. She is a nurse on the front line. And let me tell you, they had no masks. Now we have a picture. I think Nikki, my grandson Nicholas, is doing all of the editing of this. He does all the download. You can't even imagine what goes on behind the scenes. And so I'm sure somehow he'll get that picture in for you to see. They are so happy to have them. And now I guess we're going to wear them when we're outside or whenever. So just send us those masks. We really, really, really appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay, second recipe of the day, Debbie.
Recipe of the day. We didn't have a lot of time, so we decided
We
to
had
show.
no time.
We had no time.
Today.
So we are just going to show you one of our lighter frozen dinners because we've been eating too many cookies and too much chocolate cake. So this is one of our lighter dinners, salmon with rice.
But send those recipes,
Send recipes
please, and
still
send
anyways.
a picture because the recipes are wonderful. People love that idea, but also send a picture so we can see what it looks like.
We're trying not to gain 25 pounds while we're in
Okay, so
confinement here.
the next thing, as I said, every evening or every day we will make sure we do a quilt.
Okay.
And this is the
Little Sunshine.
Little Sunshine or just Sunshine?
Little Sunshine.
It's so cute.
And it's a collection. Here, can I help you grab it? I know this is a big one. We haven't done the binding yet on this one. It's still ready to. We're waiting to get that done. But we do have several of these quilts. It's a new collection that came out from Benartex called My Little Sunshine, the collection, and it's very, very light and springy colors.
We're into spring, so.
And it's very, very pretty.
And this is so cool with the houses here. I know so many of you are in your house.
Look at some of that
This would really
pebbles
be.
of the quilting,
And we have these, right, Debbie?
we do
kits?
have these in
Okay,
stock.
good.
Absolutely.
All right.
Beautiful.
And you notice what we do. We sew this binding on, then I trim it, and then I fold it to the back side.
And then she watches Hawaii Five-O.
No.
and
I don't either.
Yes, you do.
I've been
Yes,
watching
you do.
other things.
Okay.
Much more intellectual.
Of course, intellectual. Mom, Hawaii Five-O is intellectual. Come on.
So anyway, the other thing that I want to show you is we get into it. Our last video, or one of our videos that were on the vintage Indian prints, I'm sure you saw those. The fabrics are phenomenal. You could use it as a quilt itself, but most people take those vintage Indian that have been hand
Sashikoed.
They were sashikoed, right? But they literally do it by hand. Those are all at least 50 years old. The prints are just absolutely spectacular.
We've got a bunch of them for sale at the
And we
store.
brought a whole bunch in because I felt it was great for these women. They're normally a sale. I don't know. There's a price on them and they're sale, and they're on the website. But you can call the store, and they will hold them up, and they love it. They
will
enjoy
FaceTime them with you.
Yeah, so you can see,
shop by phone.
I know quite
by
a few
FaceTime.
of you have bought them because you're going to make jackets or pillows or all kinds of home deck things out of them. So I just wanted to clarify that you can choose your own, and they will go ahead and hold them up for you. And the same way with those tote bags. They are just absolutely spectacular. Now, let's get rid of the...
I've got to put that back in the freezer.
Okay, and I want to show you a couple of things. Now, Mary is going to come on next, and Mary is going to show you on the wonderful new Brother, the Luminaire.
Ooh.
You can see there's some really fun things on here.
Pretty.
She's going to show you something, and she's going to really, and I'll tell you a little bit about it in a minute. But I made a towel because I wanted you to see what we do for stabilizer. So many times, and you can have any embroidery machine that will do this, and why I really can tell you why it works is because we really use the right stabilizer and the right thread. So that's what I want to talk about. Number one, this is a woven tea towel. Isn't it kind of fun? This was my grandson. He was over today, and he got straight A's on his report. You
Oscar.
know that, Debbie, I know.
No,
and
that
that's
doesn't
quite
surprise
a feat
me. Yeah.
when they're doing all this kind of stuff. Seriously, he's in 6th grade, so
he gets a towel.
I made him his own towel. I can't he wasn't here, he's outside, and we have to be 10 feet apart. His mom's real strict. So it is really fun to be able to show you, and I made this, and now he can go home with it. But you can see this is a topper, because why would I use a topper? You tell me that.
It's true, they can't answer you, so I get to answer you.
Yeah.
That's so that your stitches will pop.
That's right.
And they won't get buried in the fabric.
Yeah, and you can see this topper is what's doing that. Now, I, put a little bit of water in the corners to stick it down, but on the back of this towel
Is your favorite heat and stay?
fusible tearaway.
Fusible tearaway heat and stay.
And you can see if I take the iron, which I did already, I can take the iron up to it and then see how this will tear away afterwards. And that's what I'm going to do. And once it washes, it will definitely wash away. Now watch again. See how I just pull that off?
Look at that.
All of that. And then what am I going to do next?
What are you gonna? You're gonna spritz it.
Right. I'm going to spritz it.
We'll do that later, though.
And then I'll take a towel and I'll put it on. And
You do that so well, Mom, too.
These are his school colors, so I thought that was kind of fun. Now
It
he's
is
got
very
brothers that we're going to do that with.
They're
too.
gonna be jealous. You're gonna have to make their towels
What we
too.
did is I took this. I love this tape. I just go onto my word processing and I type in the letters. I take the Hugo tape and wrap it around. So if you do this right when you're through, everything will be organized. It'll be much easier for you.
True.
So this is, and you can see on the back of it, if you come up close, there is some sticky glue, and that will go and be pressed right onto the towel.
Wrong side of the towel.
top is this water soluble. Again, it's I have a big roll because I do a lot with it. And then the same thing, if I'm doing a design like this, which we are going to show you right after this. We're not going to show you, Debbie.
No, sorry. It was too long of a video.
Oh, that's
That'll
great.
be for another time, guys.
Well,
sorry.
I made a really nice video for
You did.
I want you to know.
I don't know about that. She did it without the cameraman being there, so I'm
Yeah,
not
I
sure
did it
it's
myself,
going
so
to
I
pass
guess-
the muster.
I guess that was a negative, right? Because I failed.
But the
camera.
T-shirt turned out really well. So you were going to say you used a floater underneath.
Because this is a very heavy design, I had to use the tearaway as a floater, which would mean it would go right under the hoop. So this hoop here this towel was in this hoop. And you saw that the water soluble was on top and that underneath, fused to the towel, is the heat and gone fusible. Underneath
stay.
that, the
Heat and stay.
heat and stay, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Too many names. Heat and stay fusible tearaway. Then, not on this one because this isn't real heavy design, but on this one, I would take a tearaway and just float it underneath the top.
On the bed of the machine.
And it just will keep that nice,
It'll keep it from puckering.
Right.
Yeah,
It'll
it just
have that.
stabilizes your T-shirt.
Now, the T-shirt that I'm using here is going to be different from this towel in what I...
You mean the stabilizer?
The stabilizer, and what I iron onto the back. And do you know why?
Because it's so hard to hoop a T-shirt.
No.
No?
Well, yes, that's true.
That's
too.
true, yes.
But what does this do, guys?
Oh, because it stretches.
See how stretchy
Oh,
it
right,
is?
so you need
Fusible,
fusible
no-show mesh. And that will be your next one. I usually do it in white. I don't know, I had some of this left. But the no-show mesh fusible is really and it is fusible, so what does that mean?
That means it's got some
Glue
fusing
on it.
stuff
Yep,
on the back.
And you will just press this right onto this shirt before it goes into the hoop.
But you
And
actually
on my-
used Perfect Stick on this one, didn't you?
Right. No,
For this guy.
This one I actually
Yeah.
did use for Perfect Stick, but on this one I'm going to use and
it's-
in the video that I failed in, they won't let me show you. That is the one that I did use Perfect Stick instead of this. So maybe that was why I failed with it.
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
It was just too long. Okay, let's finish on a couple of techniques. I want to show you how we did this with this wash your hands. All I did was draw the hands. Now this is pretty funny. Mary can't find the design, so she said, Linda, I can't draw.
Because
And
she's going to be using the same design in her
she
demo.
did a much better hand, and you'll see it on when she does it. But you see what I'm doing here? I turned this pen on, and I don't know if you can get the little blue violet behind
Yes, you
it.
can see the light.
We do have these, and this is why you can. Now, if I wanted to go in here and, well, it's all done. I can draw all of this on here. I could actually draw the hands on there, and once they're drawn on there, this machine, and Mary's going to show you how we have a scanning process that will just scan the whole thing. But say that I now want to take this off, and I want to see how this looks and where I'm going to place this. And do you see what is going to happen here? Watch in a minute. I think you can see it on this.
Look
right there.
It is.
See what happens? I actually have, there is a projector in the machine.
So move this.
And I can move it up, yeah.
Can move it up.
And you'll
And then
see
you
now.
see the wash.
See how it'll
So
be
that's
over
the square
here.
that you can see where
Right. Or you can move it down,
to where Oscar is down there.
and
to
you
the,
can see where that is
see
going
where
to be.
the edge of Oscar
So
is.
you now can decide where you're going to move this. You can place it anywhere you possibly can imagine. The other thing that I want to show you, and that is something that is really, really cool that a lot of people don't see, is that you see all these little, you see that this design is all done in one. Well, I can go back here and I can touch this little spool. And now look what happens when I go back to do my embroidery. See how they're all grayed out?
So it won't stop between all the
Right.
words.
Otherwise, it'd stop here and here and here and here and here. It does the whole entire thing, which
Without
is just
stopping.
wonderful.
Awesome.
Right. One other little tip that people had asked me, and you saw I took that off pretty carefully. But when I put my hoop in, and it doesn't matter what machine, I always hold my finger like that. Do you see when it just holds the hoop from sliding around, and that could happen on any machine. The other thing that I want to show you is that we're using 40 weight thread on the top. This happens to be Floriani, which I love. There is a Mettler Floriani. There's a Mettler 40 weight. There is a OESD. Isacord, which we love too. But the bottom, this actually is what I have on here is a Mettler Metrazine 100 weight, because this is for sewing. But what I'm doing with this towel was actually 40 weight. And that means that it will pop better, it will look better, it'll just give you a nicer, fresher look. The bottom, the bobbin thread, is a 60 weight pre-wound Brother thread, which I use all the time. It's so much easier. Look at how, now I've already done about 3 projects with this, and look at still how much is on there. When you go to put this thread in, just use, I don't know if you can get that, Debbie, but it looks like a P, not a Q. See, this would be the Q. If I put it in that way, I'm putting it in wrong. Now, say I can't remember that, because my memory is a little short lately. Here it is.
There's a drawing.
Right there. So I'm just going to pop this in. But this is something that I had comments on that I guess people didn't know. Do you see how I'm holding this so it's not moving around? And that way, this
You can feel the
thread,
click.
right, I can feel it click
into the tension.
right. Okay.
Very good.
Now, one other thing, since we're talking about bobbins, that I think is important is this little tool over here in my Brother thing, and this is something I've shown you before, and this is for any sewing machine. Oh, there happens to be a little dust in there. And see how easy that is to get in there and clean it out? And that's true on any, look at that lint, on any of your bobbins. So these are just a couple of quick little tips that I hope are going to help you guys. Let's turn it over to Mary, and Mary doesn't know that I found my
The original
hands,
design.
the original ones, and you'll see her hands are much better. So
Okay.
enjoy. Thanks.
Thank you.
with
Have a
Mary.
nice evening. Bye.
Hi, this is Mary, the store manager, and my camerawoman, Miss Madeline.
Hello, this
Over-
is Embroidery Club.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Virtual reality. So today we thought we'd do a towel, and I'm going to move this for a moment. We'll explain that. We're going to go into embroidery. I like to do the comic font, especially for this design. So I'm going to pick my letters, and since it's a towel, it's going to say, wash your hands.
You forgot the R, Mary.
Thanks for noticing, Miss Madeline. Yes, I do say it with the R, and I found out in 2nd grade I was spelling it wrong also. And then we want to delete that little space. We want to go to the 2nd line and say hands.
This is a wonderful idea for all those
Again, my spelling.
yes. To
Delete,
make
delete.
a wonderful reminder for people of all ages, wherever there's a sink, what they need to do to
So we're
wash
gonna
their
bring that
hands.
down a little bit.
Yes.
Now we're going to add And we're going to go into My Design Center, which is what we really wanted to show today. So we're going to go into My Design Center. This is a scan board. Only Brother has it. We're going to put it on, and it's going to scan those two little hands that I drew. Linda drew me some better ones, but somehow I misplaced it, so I don't have those. So we're going to scan this.
These are Mary Originals.
Now, how do you think this works, Madeline?
It's going to take a picture.
Right, because there's a camera built in. So I have to be very careful that I don't touch, because if I touch or if I put my pencil on there, that camera is going to pick it up because it is such a strong camera. So it makes about 3 passes, I think.
You could do this with all kinds of children's artwork and grandma's old recipe.
Onto a towel, wouldn't that be a nice gift?
Oh, so thoughtful.
Yes. So we're almost done here.
Brother is so creative in all the things they do with their machines.
They certainly are. And this is one of the best things, in my opinion.
The possibilities are endless on
So
this.
I just have to crop a little bit here to get rid of my magnets. We're going to say okay. We're going to say set. You just keep going. We're going to go back into edit. We're going to move because we want our hands. Watch our hands. They're going to come all the way down.
There they are.
I want this one to come all the way down, and if you go straight down, it will go straight down. We're going to say okay. And I am ready to stitch out now, and we'll be back in a moment or two. So here we are back again. It's been embroidering. You can see the wash your hands is almost done. And then we're going to go into where it's going to pick up from the design center, the little hands. So it's almost done with the S on wash your hands. It's going to stop. It will cut the thread and move to the first handprint. Now watch. There's the music. We have to tell it we want to go to the next color. And we're going to say go, and now it's going to cut, stitch out from our design center the little hand. So I don't know if you can focus in on that, Madeline.
Oh, yeah. Wow, Mary. That is so cool.
So it's a timely reminder right now with everything that's going on. Don't forget
People
to
can
wash and dry your hands.
Yes, and you can have this where
And you can do your own handprint. You can make a big one and make your little letters littler in the inside. So I've used topper, stabilizer. We've got it all threaded up and going. And we'll be back in a moment with the finished project.
Okay,
Thank you.
fun. Thank you.
So here's our finished project. All I have to do now is remove the stabilizer and the topper, water-soluble topper. And I believe Madeline wanted to.
I need to wash my hands soon, so we're gonna say goodbye now because we're gonna go and we're gonna break the towel in.
Thank you for attending our brief embroidery club for
Okay.
Mary and Madeline
Okay.
at Linda Z's.
Bye bye.